Hey guys, how's it going? Mike here, and today I thought I'd bring you guys a quick little video about the update that just came out today, and that is the Arc, and just a little bit of an overview and what I think about the update, and some of the good parts of the update and some of the bad parts of the update as I saw them. So the best part about this update is that it is incredibly beautiful. The islands look amazing. The little cutscene that you go through to get there looks amazing. You guys will have seen it as I started this video. And just everything around looks really good. The randomly generated islands look really good. The lighting is amazing. It's really nice and bright and cheery, which is something we haven't had for quite a long time. The ability to change night and day features and all that kind of stuff when you get into the islands, which unfortunately I haven't unlocked yet, but it just looks, it's an amazing update for the graphics of the looks. But unfortunately, in my opinion, that is the only good part about this update from that I've noticed. Maybe it's because I really had high expectations coming into this, especially for the skilling portion of this update, and that I found it quite disappointing. I think that's probably the reason why. So if you're looking for an idea where you think I might have loved this update, it's not. So the rest of this video is probably going to be a bit of a downer on the update, unfortunately. But I'm going to explain why I think it wasn't a very good one and why I don't think it's going to be successful for the future unless there's some tweaks that are going to be done. So the update in general is just the Arc Islands, and it has a ton of skilling content to do and a ton of completionist cape requirements and a ton of trim completionist cape requirements that have to be done for you to get your capes back. And that's, I think, the biggest focus of the islands. And for a piece of content that's aimed at extremely high levels with some of the resources required level 96 and maybe even higher to actually use them and to get the XP rates out of, I just think it has missed the target quite a lot for the XP rates that you actually get while training here, and the balancing for how you get the currency that you get at this place just doesn't seem very right to me. Maybe it's because it is the first day. I've done this for around 9 hours just to get some testing in, but maybe it's because I just haven't found the exact rates yet, and I'm just being a little bit of a pessimist at this point. But let me just explain to you what I've found so far and what I think is going on. So there's 4 main skills that you train, and then there's Slayer on top of that as well. But I didn't get a chance to test Slayer since I'm already 200 mil Slayer and 200 mil combat, so I couldn't get a very good XP rate just to check that. So if we look at the skills, they are mining, woodcutting, fishing, and hunter. So all of those except for Hunter are extremely AFK when you're training them. So when you first get to this place, there's the main island, which is Waiko, and then there's Whale's Maw and Amanishi. Amanishi has the Slayer portion of this, and Whale's Maw has the fishing and Hunter portion. And then the main island has woodcutting and has a little bit of fishing, but the lowest level fishing, which is level 90 fishing, which is kind of funny since it is the lowest level, but it is level 90. So this is level 90 plus. It is almost like an extension of ports. There's a ton of mini quests that you can do here, and that's how you get some starting chimes. It's an easy way of getting starting chimes by doing that. Other than that, you're just going to be either chopping bamboo, which at this point in time seems to be the best way of getting chimes, even if you're doing some of the stuff that comes later on, which I find a little bit wrong. That's one of the balancing issues that I was talking about a little bit ago. Maybe it's just we haven't found the best way of getting chimes outside of it. So my biggest problem with this update is the XP rates. So before the update, they had talked about how this is going to be the place where you want to train your 99s and your 120s. And I think I might have just misheard, or I did go back and listen to the stream, and they did say that this is supposed to be the best place without Crystallize. So I don't know. I think how that's supposed to be interpreted is that if you are lacking Crystallize and you don't have it, this will be the best place to train. But if you have Crystallize, this won't be, which I find kind of strange since Crystallize only needs level 80 in stats. So the only people that will actually get faster XP rates here than using Crystallize is people who hate questing, since this requires just a mini quest and very little other stuff, and are level 90 plus in most of these skills and actually need to be well above 90 to get the best XP rates. So it's, I think, 96 fishing, 96 woodcutting. I'm not too sure on the mining and hunter requirements, but they are going to be well over 90 to get to this place and to actually use it. Or skillers, because I haven't noticed any combat requirements. So for skillers, this might actually be a great update. There's some combat that you can do, obviously, since you can train Slayer and there's other monsters that you can kill. But you don't have to do any combat, if I'm not mistaken, to get here. But just for those two groups, I think this would be a great update. For anybody else, it doesn't seem like it. And from the looks of it, it seems like it's most likely going to be dead content, other than maybe the Slayer monsters if they do give a lot of XP. As I said before, I don't have the XP rates for that, so I'm not too sure. The XP rates themselves seem to be between 20 to 40% slower than doing Crystallize. The only one that's actually somewhat close, which is, I said, 20% slower, is Hunter, which is between 650 and 700k Slayer XP an hour. That is without bonus. The mining, the wood cutting, and the fishing, I had bonus XP in all three of these when I was testing it, and it didn't even come anywhere close to using Crystallize to do any of these. And all you need is Crystallize, so you need level 80 stats and to have Plague's End done. Not that big of a quest chain, maybe 12 to 20 quests maximum, if I'm not mistaken, to get into that place. And again, level 80 stats is your highest requirements, if I'm not mistaken, to get any of this stuff. And it's quite easy to get. So the XP part of it, kind of bunk. And saying that that was the biggest selling feature for this place, yeah, that is the biggest disappointment. I wrote a list of like pros and cons that you can see. Like the pros on my list is it's very beautiful, but obviously that can wear off very fast. It is really AFK to train any of these things except for the Hunter. So if you're doing mining, it's click and forget until you stop mining, and it lasts for quite a long time. The wood cutting is just click until your inventory is full, and then it only takes a couple seconds to empty your inventory because you can craft them into something that's stackable. The fishing, you just need to bank it, or if you bring some logs with you or something like protein logs is what I did, you can cook it, and the cooked versions are stackable, which is really nice. It's awesome for skillers, so it has that part going for it. And it's a good XP rate if you hate quests, as this is all the stuff that I've mentioned before. The cons is the only reason to ever come here, if you're not one of those people, is if you're doing Comprex. That's it. If you're doing comp or trim Comprex, other than that, you have no reason to come here. The XP rates aren't not good enough for you to be coming here for training your skills outside of Prif or outside of Crystallize or anything like that. And for Slayer, it might be the only reason you might want to come back here. I'm really hoping that either they're going to buff the XP rates, because it is a large piece of content that they're trying to build on in the future, and the rate of return just doesn't seem like it's going to be working out very well. But I'll be glad to hear if you guys have a different opinion on this. I'm really hoping that somebody can convince me otherwise, and I'm really hoping, I really do hope that I got these numbers wrong. And I never really hope I get numbers wrong, but this is an update where I really hope I did, and that I just completely missed something out in the rewards unlocks, which boosts your XP rates by 50% or 100% or something to make it an amazing scaling location. Yeah, so kind of disappointed. I know that asking for faster XP is not really a good thing, since we already have really fast XP, and having something that's AFK be really fast at the same time isn't really a good thing, but that's just the truth of the game now. Is we're looking for fast methods to train our skills and to get our 120s or our 99s or 200 mils for most people, and that's all people care about these days. It's not about having interesting pieces of content. If you're bringing out a skilling update or a Slayer update or something like that, people want faster XP rates. As we can see by how the elite Slayer creatures have been adopted by most of the community, where a lot of people don't do them. There's a select few people, as you can see on Reddit or anywhere else, that actually do these tests, but people are looking for things that will help them train their skills faster, or I should say, give them a lot of money for getting there. So a lot of people are aiming for getting the most amount of money for the smallest amount of effort, or the most amount of XP for the smallest amount of effort. And this just doesn't seem to fit any of these. I have killed some of the Slayer monsters just for one of the mini quests, and the drops are utter shit, I can say. Like, they're just low level. The monsters aren't very hard to kill. They have low life points. So there's around 22.5k is the highest one for the Spirit Dragons. They do look very beautiful, but their drops are either stuff that you're just going to dismantle, or that you might use for a couple things around the game, that kind of stuff. But yeah, overall, I think my opinion is this is not a very good update. If it had some work where it put the skilling rates or the XP rates even at least a little bit comparable to doing crystallize, it would be somewhat useful. But other than that, I just think it's going to be a comp rec that you do and then you just forget about. Maybe the update in October will bring out some stuff and that will change some things. The live stream is tomorrow, so I'll try to ask as many times as possible to see if the XP rates are something that is supposed to be permanent or not. But yeah, I've rambled on for too long, especially for such a negative video. I'm going to leave you guys there. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have some other thoughts, or if there is something else that you guys found out that maybe I didn't mention in this video, please leave it in the comments down below. In the description, there should be a link to my Twitter and to my Twitch channel. So if you don't know about any of those, feel free to give me a follow on both of those and tweet at me, and I'll make sure to tweet back, and we'll have a conversation going. But until I see you guys next time, bye!